Hello and welcome to Journalism Classics with Ali Hakim. In this ninth episode, I shall be speaking about some words commonly misused by reporters and editors. Many times I have seen sentences like, in quote, shops in the state capital were shut on Saturday, being the day set aside for environmental sanitation. The correct sentence ought to have been, and in quote, shops in the state capital were shut on Saturday, being the day set aside for environmental sanitation. Another example I've seen is London is a city I have never been to. The correct sentence ought to have been, London is a city I have never been to. A lot of times people use B-E-E-N, been, in places where they ought to write B-E-I-N-G, been. Been, B-E-E-N, is the past participle of be. It is an auxiliary or irregular verb. Whereas being is a noun indicating the coming into effect of something or a development. Another word the media has been using wrongly, particularly in stories about rape, is disvirgin. The correct word for that abuse is deflower. In political stories, it is commonplace to read sentences like, a politician is cross-carpeting from one party to another. This was probably thought to be correct, particularly in unicameral parliaments, in the parliamentary system of government, where parliamentarians of the ruling and opposition parties sit across themselves. When the parliamentarian of either group decides to ditch his or her party to join the other side, he or she goes across the floor, usually a carpeted space between the groups, to sit on the other side, meaning he has switched allegiance to the new party, to his or her new party. The right word to use is not cross-carpeting. It is defection. The politician defected, or party switching. This politician switched party from party A to party B, and definitely not carpet crossing. Another word commonly found in the media space is go slow, used to describe slow vehicular movement. Go slow is actually an industrial action in which workers slow down on their productivity to back a demand for one thing or the other from management or from government. The correct expression to use include traffic jam or traffic congestion or a gridlock. I've also read about corny people in stories. This is wrong. The correct word to describe a crafty or deceitful person is cunning, C-U-N-N-I-N-G, and not C-U-N-N-Y. Opportuned is another word that I've read in newspapers where the reporter or the editor actually meant to write opportune. Opportune is the correct word to use. It is an adjective and therefore has no past tense. Oftentimes we heard about promised land. The correct word is promise, promised land, not promised land. Promised land suggests that somebody promised you something, promised you a piece of land. And this is the promised. This is the land the fellow promised. Whereas promised land means the land that holds a lot of promise, that is full of promise for whoever gets to the place. Usually, I've also found wake-keeping when we're talking about burial arrangements for a deceased person. The correct word is wake. It is not wake-keeping or wake-keep. It is wake. Also, on devices, you have heard people say they bought a screen touch phone or a screen touch device or any other thing like that. Whereas the correct thing to use is touch screen phone, a touch screen device, not screen touch. In traffic stories, I've read, the man did not use his trafficator. The correct word is indicator and not trafficator. You indicate that you want to turn right or you want to turn to the left using your indicator so that the other vehicles using the road or other road users will know to which direction the motorist is going. In the next episode of Journalism Classics, I shall be speaking about qualities of a good reporter. Kindly remember to like, comment, share this episode and other episodes of Journalism Classics to your contacts. And follow me on all social media platforms. Thank you. Bye for now. See you on Sunday.